What do you got going on? What are you spraying? You smell like sweet tea or something.
Sweet tea?
What are you spraying over here?
Stop. Stop.
Alright, so Mr. Tim here, he's pulling off the wiring harness. Actually, I don't think he has to pull it all off like that, do you? They come apart like right here, doesn't it? And the other one here?
Right here.
Okay, so we've got this here, which obviously goes to the air conditioning and stuff. We're going to have to pull all that shit off, aren't we? Alright, so I've pretty much decided, I don't know if I've decided or not, I've pretty much come to the conclusion, I should say, that the problem with this tractor is in the first part of the transmission. Yeah, when I say the first part of the transmission, this thing can be a real bear to get at. But you got the flywheel here, and then past the flywheel, because there's a section here that goes from here to here. But past that flywheel, there is an input planetary drive. And I believe there's about 3 clutch plates in there. 3 clutch plates, and there is the planetary drive gears, the planets, and the ring. I'm almost certain that it is the planetary drive what goes in there. So to get this thing all apart, obviously I have to, I got to figure out where that looks like a steering line, but it goes all the way to the front, so I got to figure out where this one goes. But this here, I'm going to pull that off, this guy here, and Timothy's working over on the other side. Joseph yesterday did a lot of work. He pulled these wires apart, and I don't think we really had to.
It wasn't around yesterday.
Or day before then. Whatever, same thing. You know, it's going to be a slow process to tear this thing apart because you got all these wiring harnesses, and you know, I put them on there when I rebuilt the tractor, but we've got to, it has to be split. So I gotta get a floor jack. I have a small floor jack, and I'm gonna put it under there. I'm hoping that it has enough power, or strength, power, strength, or whatever, to hold up the front half of this tractor as we tear it apart and roll it away. So before Timothy, you didn't take those linkages apart yet, have you?
Which one?
Any of them. You're not even supposed to take linkages apart, but what has to happen is it's got to get put into neutral before we get too far. So the tractor has to go into neutral, and I'm having problems with this tire here going flat all the time. It's a pain in the ass, and like I've said in other videos, I'm going to put tire eject in it when this thing is back together.
Neutral.
You're in neutral now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's in neutral, so we should be able to just roll the ass end away. Here's another thing. Why that thing doesn't look like it's seated up on there properly. I don't know. What's this? Did you put like sealant on that? Oh, anyway. So anyways, we're going to get onto this. I'll just hang it. Alright, so when your ass end is locked up tighter than a pig's ass and it tries to cock sideways, you just hook the 7530 up to it, bridle it up so it can't twist, build a bridge with blocks of wood, hook it to the front of the four-wheel drive unit, drop unit. What else do we got here? Got it hooked in there. Timothy, you can go ahead and back up now. We'll back up. I think I've got it timed pretty much perfect, so when he backs up, all the chains drop at the same time. Can you believe that? Alright, kill it! Okay, so we do have a wire that needs to come off here. I have no idea what it's attached to, but it's attached there somewhere. And, oh, it's just a ground wire. I just need to snip that, and then these wires can go forward. And then it's the long, tedious job of taking all that shit out of there. I did find a broken piece in here already. And I'm pretty certain that because the rear wheels don't turn, it is in neutral. But because the wheels don't turn, I'm pretty sure that it is right in here. There's an input planetary right there on the back side of that thing. So I got to take that out, pull that thing up out of there, and then I'm not sure if I have to take the PTO out of there to get to it or not, but if I do, I have to pull the power takeoff shaft out the front. There is a bearing here that is missing right there. It's missing some little balls, so that'll have to be replaced for sure, which could very well be the cause of all this problem. One of those little balls goes into that planetary. That is what you call F-U-C-K-E-D. Fucked. Yeah, so we had to wrap it around here to keep it solid on the jack. So Joe, I want you to get the jack stands, and what we'll do is we'll jack that up. I'm going to snip this off of here, get that out of the way, and move those wires forward, and then we're going to start the teardown process. So far I do have one part out, and in my haste and stupidity I forgot to take there's two little pipes that go to the back of the transmission here, and you just a normal human being that knows what he's doing would actually take these off, pull those out, and then those tubes, these bent tubes that I've got right here, they would have came out without any problems. But what I'm seeing here is a very long time ago broken, you see that shiny spot on the end of that, what looks like a ring? That is a sealing ring. That ring is bad, and there is a broken piece of cast iron there. So this little piece here will need to be replaced. The cast iron piece, number RE, no, it's an R77132 B34. That has to be replaced. So there you go. I'll have to replace that housing. The rings, obviously, I'm going to replace those. I think there's one that's completely missing. Yes, there's a ring that's completely missing. I don't see any parts laying on the ground here, so they didn't come out. You got it snapped apart?
Just about.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. It's just a ground wire. As long as we remember how to put it back together again. So there would be pieces laying here, and they're not. Or they would be inside here, in which they're not. So my guess is this could be a multitude of different problems that have accumulated and are going to need to be addressed. Are you going to fix this thing or what? What is this?
Well, it's connected.
Yeah, but it can get unconnected, can it?
No, because it's grounded.
Well, it's a ground, but get it out of here, right? Which one is that? It goes to here. Just snip these off and take that out, just as long as you remember. Alright, so we'll get on to something different here in a second once we get our spaghetti mess figured out. Right? Just don't cut the wires.
I ain't gonna cut
Don't cut the wires.
I ain't gonna cut
Don't you have to cut your penis off? Stop it. You gotta be careful, you know. One noodle after another. Ooh. Did you get it? Did you get it, Tim? We're videotaping this so we know exactly where this shit goes. And what is it? Another piece of spaghetti? Oh, yes. Cool. Excellent. So we just kind of, you put that up forward and out of the way because we're going to be tearing that apart. And this shit here can just hang up here and dangle. Fall down 50,000 times. So the 4960 is now officially two parts. Part 1, Part 2. Power plant, drivetrain. Oh, yeah, ma. That will come out of there, but Yeah, go ahead, pull it out. See that ring? Broken?
Yep.
It's another broken piece. Been broke a while too, you can tell by the wear on it. Maybe, maybe not.
Ooh, does that look like clattering inside there?
What?
Does that look like clattering in the
I don't know
very
what,
back
I
there?
don't know what clattering is. What's clattering, Tim? Tell me, explain clattering. Chewed gears, maybe?
Yeah.
That could
chewed
possibly
teeth.
be. Chewed up teeth. Okay, so let's get this thing out of the way. This is the throttle linkage. We could just pop it off here. All right, time to shut.